All right, so of course, there you heard it. That was the press conference summarizing the India-UK free trade agreement. But more importantly, we were just discussing an important aspect of what the Prime Minister has stated in the United Kingdom. And I'm going to take that forward. I have with me Gautam Mukherjee. We also have with us Major General SVP Singh and Ambassador Bhaswati Mukherjee with us on the broadcast. Ambassador Mukherjee, Prime Minister Narendra Modi very clearly during the press conference today mentioned two aspects. Number one was his discussion on terrorism with the UK Prime Minister. And secondly, and more importantly perhaps as a signal or a message to the UK and other countries, he did mention that we cannot allow extremist ideologies to use democratic freedoms to undermine democracy. He didn't, of course, and he never has, and possibly never will use the word Khalistani extremism. However, we know what the Prime Minister was referring to. My question to you then, ma'am, is that also a signal to the rest of the world that if you now wish to trade with India, you have to look at what activities or other anti-India activities are taking place on your soil?
Well, Devika, that is a given. Today's visit actually marks a clear shift in the British position towards India. You could see that from the body language of the British Prime Minister. You could hear it from the confident way that he spoke about how the trade agreement is the biggest landmark for UK since Brexit happened, and you could see it in their interactions when they went to the trade fair, when they were interacting with little girls playing cricket, when he presented a cricket bat, when he talked about the shared love for cricket, and the talks at the Prime Minister's private retreat, the famous historic Chequers retreat. And now in a short while he will be meeting King Charles and handing over the sapling, which again is very thoughtful of him. Because this is actually what really motivates King Charles. He is a very strong believer in climate change and in the need to keep Mother Earth as it is. I would therefore say that if the British newspapers, some British newspapers, are not supportive of the visit, it is because they have a clear bias against India towards Pakistan, certain parties. And they can themselves see, as you and I and our co-panelists can see, that this visit is very important because it marks a clear shift in a Prime Minister who comes from the Labour Party of the United Kingdom. Because the Labour Party is the party in the past that has criticized India's caste system, criticized our human rights, criticized child labour, and has been quite soft on perceived Khalistani activity against Indian interests on British soil. The fact that it is a Labour Minister who signed the trade agreement, who did what he did, is of huge significance because we've never had any problems when the Conservatives have been in power. We've always had niggling problems or major problems when the Labour has been in power. So I think that in many ways, Devika, in the months to come, we will see a further consolidation, as my co-panelists have said, about these new and extremely encouraging signals coming from the British. And naturally, if the trade agreement is to work, they have to be supportive of India, of our core national interests. That's a given. How can they support extremist activities against India on their soil and expect the trade agreement to work? It's not going to be. It's a given. So this is going to be further consolidated when we do the agreement with the EU and then we do the agreement with the Americans. There we go.
Okay.